Notice his long
thinks
hair.
you are him, actually. That's the danger.
Only he's like 3 foot taller. When we had a photo together, I physically looked abnormal next to him.
Yeah.
He is huge.
Well, Tom, you've got a good 3 inches on me, Tom.
Well, let's not go in there.
Well, I was lucky enough to, again, thanks to Shilpa, blag my way back at the India test in 2007 at Lord's, and I managed to meet the team, and I actually kind of couldn't believe how just Leviathan they were compared to me. It's incredible.
This was interesting coming back to you, Dan, in that 3 years ago when we met you. 18th birthday, actually.
It was my 18th day, which is why I was slightly drunk on the air.
No, you weren't. You were very well behaved.
Oh, thank you.
Lots of things have changed, but you haven't grown very much.
I know. Oh, cheers, Agus. It's always good to hear that from a man of 6'4". Yeah, no, well, my mum's 5 foot, so I ain't got much chance really. No. But I'm happy with being short. I can run between people's legs. And I'm being given a high five as well by Shilpa, who was also, for you listeners at home who've never seen her, who's also not the tallest of people. And then there's nothing wrong with being short.
No, there isn't.
And actually, I did see me and Tom had a sort of a Harry Potter related cricket match the other day.
Ah, yes.
And one of the people on Tom's team is an inch shorter than me, but can bowl about 80 miles an hour, which I was very, very pleased with. Adam Holmes.
It's true. Height is everything in this game, especially.
Move your mic up there.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, we lose you.
There you go. We lost you there.
No, sorry. Height is not. Height. You know, this guy's tiny, and he can really skid the ball, which is an impressive delivery to see.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was very good. What's the next question?
Here we go. Rory, age 11. If you're captain of the Hogwarts cricket team, where would Hagrid field or bat, and what would he bowl?
Oh, that's
would it involve any sledging?
Brilliant question.
Sledging.
This is for you, Daniel.
That's a fantastic question. Well, I'm not sure he'd be the most sort of able in terms of quick dives to the left or right, so I wouldn't have him at slip.
Slip, no.
To be honest,
he'd give it a bounce, wouldn't he?
He could bowl.
He would. Well, he's quite big as well. He's quite lumbering.
Big hands.
I don't know. I mean, I think I'd probably have him somewhere. Providing the ball wasn't hit straight, you know, he couldn't do a cat-itch, but he was maybe a short leg, because if the ball went up, he wouldn't drop it.
And he sort of block it off a bit. He
wouldn't even have to move.
He may make a great keeper. I mean, aside from the diving point of view, but you just block the whole, you know.
Yeah, there'd be no buys.
This is it.
No, but I'd have him. Where would he bat? I think number 6, because I don't reckon he'd be the most technically brilliant opener, but I reckon he could hit the ball a fair way. Once he'd hit it,
he's got some shoulders on him. To be fair, yeah.
He could. Was it Albert Trott? He'd probably equal that record of hitting the ball out of the
biggest
ground.
6.
Yeah, biggest 6. Yeah.
You have been studying.
Now, mate, I am. My best mate on set, Will, calls me Mr. Thorough, because once I get into something, I analyse. How else do you think I know your strike rate?
I don't know, because I don't know. Yeah. I think what we ought to be doing when you retire in a couple of films' time, Dan.
Oh yeah, the acting career's over, is it? All right, over here.
Cheers, John.
Come over and Malcolm. Well, you know.
You wouldn't mind moving on, would you, Malcolm?
Malcolm's dispensable. Well, don't tell anybody.
As long as we could swap road. With the older Harry.
No, you've already got the glasses.
There you go.
You're halfway
round them up.
No, it'd be good.
Do you fancy doing this?
I would. You know what? Actually, I love acting and I love doing what I do, and I think we both do.
Very much so, very much so.
But if I had a dream job,
definitely,
to follow a cricket team around the world and just sit in wonderful corners of sort of, you know, Sri Lanka and Australia and the West Indies, and,
I think I know where this is going.
and be able to talk about my favourite sport would be pretty much a dream job.
Game on.
You want my job?
I
revealed on the air. You want my job?
Yeah, all right. I'm willing to say that. I want your job, and I will do anything to get it. So watch out. Hold on. What's this? What's this one?
John T, aged 8, for both of you on a desert island. Would you rather have a firebolt or a cricket bat?
You first, Tom.
It's got to be, well, I suppose you need stumps on a ball, preferably, otherwise it would be pretty...
Yeah, you got a tree and you got some pineapples.
Palm tree?
Really?
Coconuts.
Pineapples as a ball?
I don't know, but pineapples, I meant coconuts.
I don't know, a fireball could be useful for getting off the desert island, one would assume. Cricket may limit it on that front. I don't know whether you agree with me there.
Oh, no, I'm with you. Yeah, but I'm always one of those annoying people who, when somebody says, if you could only have one thing on the desert island, what would it be? And I always say speedboat, so I can get away.
Yes, well, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah,
I
know. Exactly. I
He's a big spoiler.
I am a spoiler. Someone attest to that.
Through and through, yeah.
But I'll tell you what you both are. You're incredibly enthusiastic.
No, we are.
We love the game. We love the game.
It's absolutely remarkable.
And I have to say also that we've just come off a week of night shoots. So Mr. Boycott's eyeing me up suddenly in a slightly menacing way. Does he want to get back in the chair?
I think so.
Don't let him in the chair.
All right.
I've got so many emails. I haven't even started to read these. Alfie, age 10. I've seen the latest film was great. I broke my arm last week. Did you hurt yourself in the making of any of the films? You just sort of kind of given the game away.
Certainly not to that level.
Not to a broken arm.
Poor Alfie. I hope he recovers well.
Yeah, Alfie stays. Yeah, man.
Just a bit of bruising. Nothing too hardcore.
That's all health and...
There we go.
There's a nasty bruise.
I do have a bruise. I don't know what it's from, worryingly. But it was I suppose we've taken. There've been a few sort of Quidditch. Quidditch is not comfortable.
Right.
Quidditch is if you can
perched
imagine
on something, aren't you?
Well, exactly. If you're on a broom and you've got a bicycle saddle,
a thin one,
a very thin one. I don't ride a bike, but I'm sure it's a thin one. And if you just let your legs dangle from that and feel all of your weight pressed down on one very particular part of your body, you will. It's not too much fun. It's perfectly.
You get padded up by the sound of it.
Well, we do have cycling shorts on, but I tell you, they don't make much difference.
We need a box. That's what we need. Biggest now. That's what we need.
Absolutely.
That's fair enough. You're actually filming at the moment. I mean, I suppose moving on with the hair, right?
I'm afraid so. This isn't for my own personal.
I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. I'm sure the producers are delighted when they're listening to our ongoing enthusiasm. We're filming.
What are you doing now? I'm getting lots of these.
I know, believe me, so they all blur into one after a while. But we're filming Harry Potter 7 at the moment. And 8, because Harry Potter 7, the book, is being split into parts 1 and 2 where we make it into a film. So it's a long haul. We've been filming since I started in February, and we're probably going to be filming till... At the moment, I guess middle of next year, but it's a long haul. This one, yeah. I mean, I'm in every day. You're in quite a lot.
I'm lucky to. Yeah, you're there literally 9 to 5. Well, at least. I'm there every other day at the most. So I'm.
But learning lines. Or every night, every day. I mean,
I do them all. I learn my lines for the weekend before, and then go over them every morning.
He's professional. That's very professional, man. Just turn up on set and see what happens on the day.
But professional, but also quite tedious, isn't it? I mean, if you're honest, that must be the real slog of what you're doing. That's the real nuts and bolts of it, really.
But that's why I like. Listen, I really do see parallels between cricket and acting.
You mention this all the time.
I know. I'm dull.
This is great. Cricket and acting, I love it.
But I think it's about when you're on your 11th, 12th take and you're soaked with water and you're freezing and it's the middle of winter, you have to sort of think mental toughness, what gets people through innings, Andrew Strauss in Napier, that kind of thing, I was lucky, I was fortunate enough to meet Dean Jones earlier, whose great innings in the Tide Test is a source of real inspiration for me, because it was about toughness, and it was about being, and I don't think people have that anymore. It's a thing I miss. It's that sort of never say die attitude, which I adore about England and about cricket, which you occasionally, they're coming out now as well.
Well, I know you want my job, Daniel, but I mean, you're going to end up doing it.
Sorry, no, but I love it, and I see a lot of parallels. And when I was doing Equus, we would celebrate when we did 50 shows. It was a celebration. When we did 100, it was our century celebration. It's a wonderful thing.
This could go on a long time.
It really
could. Mention the players are out.
It's good. No, absolutely.
Great to see you again.
Feel free to leave us here again. Yeah. Thank you so much indeed.
Yeah.
Like we've
Tom,
both.
Very nice.
I'm sure I speak for the both of us when we say we've really enjoyed this and have a lovely
huge honour. Thank you very much for having us. Cheers.
Thanks for coming on. Oh dear, I've been sacked by the producer.
It's just come up an email. Note from the producer: Aga sacked Daniel in. Thank you, producer. I'll see you in South Africa.
There we go. Wow, I'm exhausted after that. Thank you so much, lads. A lot of energy, enthusiasm, and two young and very successful cricket fans too. Great to have met Tom, and of course Daniel we encountered 3 years ago on his 18th birthday. So we've got quite a scrum in here. Fantastic. Jim Maxwell, I think, is going to take over the commentary reins before Daniel takes my job, and Victor, I think, is going to be sitting beside him. So 171 for 2. Back to the cricket and back to the focus and the concentration for the Australians. And Victor, some thoughts from you to allow Jim in.